Man, I gotta get that timing right. You know what I'm saying? I should have made it like 15 minutes long. You know what I'm saying? So, man, what's going on? What's going on? First episode of this new year, man. We're working out the bugs and kinks. You know, so well, how y'all liking that intro, man? I mean, Kevin Samuel got his little thing, man, but those are royalty free beats. You know what I mean? So we can y'all test y'all mic before I start. All right, cool. Barry, you on?
Yeah, I got you. You hear me?
Yeah, cool. All right, so
let me see. Hold on.
Yep. All right, cool. I'm gonna try with this background for a little while, man. I don't know. So I feel kind of robotic with this on, but let's go ahead and start it off, man. I know these guys will be running a little bit late, so but I got plenty of clips loaded in the chamber today, so let's go ahead and get it started, man. With the introductions, and then we're gonna go ahead and rock from there, man. We're gonna keep it going. CJ, you want to start it off?
All right. What's up, everybody? Happy New Year. Hope everybody had a good holiday weekend and all that good stuff. CJ, the realtor broker owner, Greenwood Realty Group. Give me a follow on social media at CJ Sales Texas, CJSELLSTX. And that's on all platforms. Check out the website, greenwoodrealtytx.com. If you're a buyer, seller, or if you're a realtor looking for more information about joining the team, we got the information on there. So get that at a glance. Check that out. Let me know what you think on that. I think up next is what, YouTube? Yeah, check out my YouTube channel, CJ the Realtor. We got a lot of information on there, a lot of videos showing you some of the luxury edition of our home tours. Got some interviews with some local business owners. Got a little bit of information on there as far as the Houston market is regarding. So go in there, give me a subscribe, a like, a share, a comment. Of course, I always want your feedback. Trying to do better, not trying but doing better. So give me that. And then, of course, we give back the Massa Academy, our mentorship program where we're working with our young men and teaching them knowledge of self-improvement, and entrepreneurship. If you're interested in learning more, check out themassaacademy.org.
Gotcha, Barry B. Let me see if I got you queued up.
Hey, everyone. Happy New Year. This is Barry B. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in Houston and surrounding areas, you can go to homesbybarryb.com. You can give me a call at 832-786-1270. You can text me. You can, I'm on all social media platforms. So you can go to Google and just Google Homes by Barry B. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I have a YouTube channel. This is a new year. You got goals that you wanna set for the new year? Give me a call. Let's talk about it.
Gotcha. And all right, let me run through it real quick. I should have everything lined up. Let's see. All right, so Brandon B. Dixon, NMLS 1541210 at Billionaire Loan, also all social media. This is for the 8th year in a row that I got the same handle. You go to my YouTube at Billionaire Loan, also on YouTube as well. Again, we got the behind the sauce. We have the home tour. We're gonna do more. Take my time and do more of those in 2024. So I'm thinking about getting this new camera, 4K, man. So start shooting y'all some nice angles, man. So go to my website, www.applywithb, if you're ready to actually go ahead and start getting started before everybody jump in the market. So www.applywithb.com. Or if you want to book me for a consultation, we're going to talk about it. That's the site to do it at. You can call me 837-775-8357. You call me, 832-775-8357, 24/7. And don't forget www.brandonbdixon.com is up and available as well. Also, if you want to join our investment club, you try to invest in real estate and businesses, clcinvestmentclub.com. And don't forget, this Saturday we got a investment club event on. It's going to be virtual, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be January 6th, that Saturday. So if you want to talk about doors and dogs, we're going to talk about the investments for 2024 if you want to get your portfolio started. Hyman, you ran on time, man. Let me go ahead and get you queued up here.
What's the deal? It's Hyman Lemons with H&L Premier Realty, here to help you out with your real estate investing needs for 2024. Feel free to reach out to me at 832-235-0985 or you hit me on the website at hnlpremierrealty.com. What's the deal, fellas?
Gotcha. Man, you missed the intro, man. So
how was the intro?
Yeah,
was it solid? Was it? Did you put some? I saw that you had the premiere advertisement on YouTube.
Right. So I'm trying to get people to anticipate. I see the big podcast. That's what they're doing. They have it scheduled already, so it kind of have people in the waiting room. So that way, 7:30, people know we coming on. So a lot of people tune in at 7:30 and they'll see we running late. They'll go ahead and do something else. So at least it's scheduled. They know we're about to pop on here shortly. So that's the theory behind that.
I thought that was solid.
Yeah. So we trying to make little tweaks here and there, try to get the podcast better. I mean, that's another thing. If y'all want to go ahead and donate, man, if y'all like a cause, man, here go the cash out right here is the power of ownership, man. So we're trying to make, we're taking all donations. If you want to see the podcast, I think this is the only black podcast that's talking about real estate and debt like we do. I see, like, what's the boy, Ernie Legion, they talking about stocks. I think MG the mortgage guy, he just talking about mortgages, but he ain't talking about real estate. Who in our space talking about real estate, man? So we got one of the only, we got a little niche, man. We're the only podcast talking about, real estate for us, man. So who else out there? A lot of people talking about their niche flipping and fixing and stuff like that, but they ain't talking about as a whole. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. So go ahead and support it, man. Cash out, power of ownership. Let's go ahead and get it started, man. I'm not gonna waste too much time. If y'all got any questions that y'all want us to answer here live on air, just hit us in the comment box. We'll read it. We'll answer it to our best ability. If you, we'll keep it anonymous. Just say anonymous. If you want anonymous, we'll too shy to ask. This is the best time to answer with a panel of professionals. So if you got anything, no question is too dumb. There's no.
And we'll try not to give you that gray fluff answer we like to give as realtors too.
Right. So we'll try to give you.
Sometimes you have to be vague because the state watching.
Right. So Patrick, I'll go ahead and give you. We were just about to get it started, man. So I'll go ahead and give you a chance to go ahead and introduce yourself.
That'd be great.
Oh, sweet. I see I'm in the queue. Happy New Year. Patrick.
Happy New Year.
Third. A financial planner. The name of our firm is Chevalier Wealth and Associates. The website's there, www.chevalierwealth.com. You can also see a lot of good content in regard to pro tips and value about what's going on in the markets on our YouTube page at Chevalier Wealth. Also on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram.
Gotcha. All right, so yeah, man, let's go ahead and start kicking it off, man. A lot of people like the reaction shows, so we're gonna have some detailed topic shows as well. For the most part, I like to be current and see what everybody's saying about the market, and we could add our 2 cents to the market as well. So we see it from our perspective, kind of curated to our particular community as a whole, So, and we got a variety of different flavors in here. We got, consumer side, we got wholesale side, we got financial advisor, we got mortgage people, professionals. So we got, and we expanded the panel as well. So we got other people that's trying to get on the panel. We need that female as well. So if you're a female loan officer or something to do with real estate, or agent or broker, get at me. Hit us in the DMs. We need a female that's going to want to be consistent on the panel, and want to take a Tuesday hour or two every week to dedicate to growing a digital platform. So, and then we'll go from there. Again, Happy New Year. So we want to take the time to thank everybody that does tune in and does give us feedback. We appreciate it, and I hope y'all tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's go ahead and get it started. I don't like to start off with but I want to. 24 is 2 things for me. It's the year of the dragon, which is my sign, and then it's Black Mamba, man, Kobe Bryant,
Bruce Leroy.
Yeah. The dragon, man.
He got the glow.
Yeah, man, the dragon, man. We don't play, man. The dragon and it's the Black Mamba at the same time, man. That's Kobe Bryant, 24. Kobe Bryant number. So take no prisoners this year, man. It's all about the come up. It's all about win by any means.
Dragon and the snake.
Well, Black Mamba, the serpent, the dragon, kind of the same feel, So, if you're talking esoteric, you know what I mean. So it's kind of all it relates to the same thing. But with that being said, man, I'm not taking any prisoners this year. If I got to score 81, I got to score 81. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So let's start off with this clip to kind of set the tone.
What Kobe say? It ain't no I in team, but it's an ME in that bub.
So Kobe will get on your butt. So that's why he's my favorite player. That's why I got him on my wall. You know what I mean? So he just didn't. He ain't give a damn.
Jordan Jr.
Yeah, he willed his way though. That's another thing. He willed his way to be. He wasn't naturally like that. He willed his way to become one of the top. You know what I mean?
He put the work in.
His work ethic was great.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I love about Kobe, man. He made himself great. You know what I mean? So he didn't rely just on talent. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and get it started, man. With this first clip here. I think y'all get a kick out of this one right here. All right, let me know if y'all can hear. Y'all can't hear.
Town, cash buyer. So I'm probably going to overpay for the property. I'm looking to write an offer immediately. I can send you proof of funds. Give me a call back. Make sure before you hire a realtor, look, she doesn't answer her phone. How can she sell a property? If you're in sales, you got to answer your phone. Even if you got a call service, you got to trap the funnel. Speed the lead. We call this realtor lady.
At the tone, please record your message.
Hey, Robin, calling about one of your listings. I'm an out-of-town cash buyer, so I'm probably going to overpay for the property. I'm looking to write an offer immediately. I can send you proof of funds. Give me a call back. Make sure before you...
I just wanted to make sure we got the front, man. But I had to play that first because that's one of my pet peeves, man. This is one of my biggest pet peeves about realtors. This is why I got my license. I can't stand when realtors don't answer the phone. I don't get it. It blows my mind. How you in sales and you don't answer the phone? This is what this thing is for, man. This is our nail and hammers. This is our chisel. This is what we get paid off of.
Compass and square.
You know, this is everything right here. So I don't get it. And then they have some that don't call you back for days. Of course, the skid, he was trolling her. He was just trying to see how fast she would react. But right. I get this all day, every day. Realtors just don't answer the phone. They screening calls. I don't know if I told you, but I'll tell you again. Let me tell you, stories sell, facts fade. My mentor, Mattress Mac, he always told me, never run from it, run to it. So I could call Mattress Mac at 2 a.m. right now. He'll answer the phone. He don't run. He don't have bill collectors. Even if it's even if it's a relative that he knows going to beg for money, he answers the phone like, "Hey, what's going on? Such and such cousin? Yeah, I'm broke as a joke, right? Don't ask me for no money. Why did that? How you doing?" He run to it. So, but that's why. How many times I've been knowing CJ 8 years? How often you hear my voicemail?
It's every so often, not too often now. Right.
But you rarely, I'm going to pick up most of the time, first ring, second ring.
Yep.
This is my doppelganger. I'm tethered to this phone. So I'll go ahead and open up the panel. But that's my pet peeve. With sales, you got to.
That's one of mine too, though, bro. Because it's a lot of realtors out here, really, real fake busy out here.
Right. Facts.
Yeah, like they don't want to answer the phone. I don't know if like my name pops up at like I'm a realtor and they don't want to talk to me or something. But look, I'm trying to get some information. I might be trying to do a deal with you.
Man, I got some realtors that disappeared after the transaction started. It just disappeared.
All the ones when you going out to show their property, you can't get in, so you're trying to call them to say, "Hey,
yeah,
this lock that you said it's not working, or it's not a key."
Right.
I'm out here with the client. What's up?
It's a super and a combo on the door.
Like, oh my goodness. Or you get the combo and it's the wrong combination.
Yeah. Right. Oh, my bad. I'm like, yeah, we going now.
Maybe y'all realtors on a panel could provide some insight. What is the deal with that?
I don't know. I answered my phone. I don't know what to tell you.
Right, TJ.
Anybody want to provide any more
you
insight?
Never called me and I ain't never picked up my.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Why I walked off.
Look, here's the thing I done ran into, you know what I'm saying, where a lot of agents are doing this part-time. So, you know what I'm saying, they got other jobs, they got kid stuff going on, you know what I'm saying, they don't really have time. Not to say that that's an excuse, but I do, you know what I'm saying, I have a situation where, some people have done it because of that reason.
But at the same time, though, on our phones, they have an automatic text response like, "Hey, I'll call you back" or something. Mm-hmm. You don't like nobody really listens to voicemail anyway nowadays. So, point of shoot a text. You should, but
Yeah, typically what I do is I'll shoot a text.
Yeah.
I won't leave a voicemail. I'll just shoot a quick text. And
but
I'll move on.
if I can't pick up, I'll be like, hey, I'll call you right back, or like I'm
right.
the client or something. Like text me, or I'll call you right back.
Right.
Yeah,
At
you
least
gonna hear
acknowledge
from me.
the phone
If I don't pick up, you're gonna hear from me either way.
Yeah.
Calling you right back, still not picking up the phone though.
That's
That's another cop out. That's another cop out.
It's
That is another cop out.
2024.
I
That is
respond.
another cop out. The question was, why don't we pick up the phone?
Hey,
Not
I
pick up a
picked it
text.
up. I couldn't answer it, so I text.
Oh, right. Okay.
Well, let me really pinpoint and dial in the question. Why is there such poor communication when you're in sales?
Oh yeah, that's just nowadays. It's
In
not being
2024.
taught right. People aren't learning how to be a proper salesperson.
Right. That's fist point. Usually, like I said, at least let me know, hey, what you doing. If you don't text, hey, give me a few minutes. I'm gonna tell my brother, hey, give me a few minutes. I'm working on something. Give me a couple of minutes. And as soon as I do it, I got a chance to do it. I'll do it.
Mhm.
I don't get it. I don't. What's that Ludacris song?
Move it. Oh.
Yeah, yeah. I need to get out the way.
That's the first one that came to my mind.
I need to get up out the way and let the real salesman help these customers, because you're doing the customers a disservice by clogging up the industry. I'm taking no prisoners this year. I need to drop out and do something else.
Hey, HR just released the numbers. We got over 50,000 realtors still in the game.
We need to trim the fat to about 10,000.
I don't know. I think the service mentality is what's missing, right?
Facts.
Right, because I mean, you're performing a service, and so you know, when whatever role you're in, you got to look at it from a service leadership, a service mentality, or whatever it is you want to call it.
Right.
And if you're thinking that way, show it day to day, right? But if that's not where you're grounded, you know, it's going to show, and that's what y'all are talking about, right? Can't get a hold of somebody, they're not answering the phone, not shooting a text. That's because they don't have a service mentality.
Right. It's like you can't say you're not plugged in when you have an iPhone. I see if you read the text.
Right.
I see this. So you're ignoring the text. There's no excuses. Like, man, I think it's unprofessional.
Yeah, no
I
doubt.
think if you set the parameters, all right, hey, the best way to get in touch with me, if you got on your voicemail, the best way to get in touch with me is via emails. I respond to my emails within 24 hours. I could dig that. But don't keep me wondering. You got to let them know.
Yeah.
There's too much technology for you to not put a. This is not 78.
But at the same time, too, B, it's a lot of people that got into this game that's coming from corporate. They don't know nothing about sales.
Right. Right.
So it's a whole another different type of culture when you're going from a salary where you don't have to, or you're not getting a lot of calls, you're just getting your work done versus, all right, I'm out here on the grind. But why do people keep calling me? And I think realtors think that they don't need to nurture relationships with other realtors, and that's far from the truth.
Right.
I think a lot of them think that they put all that information in the MLS and everything, and why you calling me? It's all in there.
Right.
Some of them think that way.
Yeah.
You know, because it says this is the price, this is this is that. Why you calling me?
You're like, well, your combo code is wrong.
Yeah. There's no key in it, or it's 5 keys and none of them work.
Yeah, but then you got to think too about the person who's making that call, right? They got other things that they're working on, you know, and so if you miss them, you may have missed your opportunity.
Right.
Yeah.
You missed
You know what I mean?
several opportunities.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, that's what said money can replace, opportunities can't. A lot of times.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so a lot of times you missing that money. That's why I love about mathematics. He's damn near billionaire. He's gonna answer that phone because you don't know what you're missing. You know, I'm gonna answer that phone. Hey, if it's somebody asking for money, I can tell them hell no. Well, you know, just
Yep.
as simple as
That's
that.
it.
I mean, why you're not the president of the United States? Why are you screening your calls? You're not that important.
I had 1 million people calling me trying to sell me health insurance.
Right. Hey, I'm not interested. Boom, that's
Right.
it.
Hey, I'm not
Right.
interested. Take me off your list.
But to screen your calls and sales, it's almost as asinine as being private on social media.
Hey, let them keep not answering. They're gonna call me next.
Right. But no, I'm talking about people that got transactions. Why you take a list and then you're not gonna answer the phone?
Oh, let them keep not answering because they ain't answering you. They probably ain't talking to their client either.
Yeah, why? You know,
And
why
it's
you
gonna,
take a list and
hey,
why you got these people tied up and you delaying the process? Why you take a list and
it's gonna show up on my Aspire list. I'm gonna call them.
You call Aspire, CJ?
I just started. Yep.
you know, so but that's my biggest pet peeve as well. Like I had to start the year with that, set the tone, man. It's a big problem. It's bigger than what you think. It's a huge problem, and I think it's because it's saturated with people that just don't give a damn. You know, and they think this is for play. This ain't play out here. And I'm gonna do my best to get y'all run y'all up out of business.
Hey, they weren't answering their phone like that on HGTV, B. Like they weren't doing that.
Right.
Oh,
I mean, but let's go to the next. Anybody else want to chime in on that before we go to the next one? We didn't. I don't want to beat that. I don't want to start off too negative. I want keep it positive. But
he was like, what really grinds my gears?
Started the year off that way.
Started off, man. Hey, y'all do better in 2024. Answer the phone, man. I'll drop out. Don't renew that license.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you ain't gonna answer the phone,
man, get out the way and let the ballers through.
Yeah, let's go ahead to the next clip here, and let's go ahead and get that started. Here we go. Yeah.
15% dividends and capital gains, no payroll tax. If you make money with muscle or hard work or sweat of your brow, you get taxed at rates that move on up. And most of the people, the middle class, gets taxed rates of either 15 or 25 on their income tax, but then they get really hit hard on the payroll tax. And that's what brings the rates in our office up to an average of 36% if you leave me out. If you make money with money, you get taxed at very low rates, 15% dividends and capital gains, no payroll tax. If you make money with muscle or hard work or sweat of your brow, you get taxed at rates that move on up. And most of the people, the middle class, gets taxed rates of either 15 or 25 on their income tax, but then they get really hit hard on the payroll tax. And that's what brings the rates in our office up to an average of 36% if you leave me out.
All right. So I just wanted to make sure we heard both sides. So, and this is going to be more of a Patrick thing, but it's one of my favorite subjects because a lot of people don't really take tax serious. And I want to get to something. This is going to go to one of the clips I got later on about. I always preach entrepreneurship, and then not only that, if you're gonna have a 9-to-5, have other things going on because pretty soon you're gonna need it. You're gonna be rich or gonna be poor. So you got to learn this tax thing, and this is what he's saying as far as how to avoid. There's 195,000 pages. Is it, Patrick?
I always go through the summaries, brother.
Right.
But no, it is a lot of pages. Yeah.
Yeah, they say how not to pay taxes.
Right.
So most of that is telling you what they want. So we got to get this tax thing down because we've been programmed to work this job, give a third to the government, and then see what they gonna give me around this time when I get that W-2.
And to see what they will give you back because it's still their money you get back.
Open wish. But then you gotta strategize on. All right, well, if I could take this money and then avoid capital gains here, I could do this, I could do that. I could chop that down to where that's a whole nother stream of income that I could have under my last name instead of the United States government. And I don't need to pay this thing. It's just lack of knowledge. Why pay what you don't need to? So I'm gonna go ahead, Patrick. I want you to chime in further on this for sure.
Yeah, well, the takeaway I got from it was he was actually explaining, the different ways you can make money for yourself, generate revenue for yourself, and how it's taxed, right? And so he was saying, if you use money to make money, that's considered capital gains, right? 10, 50, it could be 0%, 15, and then 20, depending on how much money you earn elsewhere, your earned income. He kept saying payroll tax, but what he's talking about is earned income. Right. And we know that tax table, right? 10, 12, 22, 24, so on and so forth. And what I've been screaming to all my clients and even folks who are my clients the last 3 years is that the current tax cuts, they call them the Trump tax cuts, they're sunsetting in 2025. So this is really the last year that we're going to be at historic lows on that earned income tax table. So tax brackets, they're going to stay the same, but they're going to squeeze the income ranges, right, to kick folks up higher on that tax table. So a lot of folks really need to take a look and come up with a plan in the next 12 months or so to do some tax planning to keep more of their money in their pockets.
Right.
So that was my big takeaway, right? And try to get you some, some passive income versus that earned income.
Exactly.
To keep, like you mentioned, to keep some of that money in your pocket.
Facts. And that's what I wanted you to reiterate about getting that not really extra job, because you're in the same boat, but I'm talking about as far as using some of those strategic ways to you take your money to not only earn money, but even take that money to save in taxes, the way it's almost like you're earning money as well.
Right, right. I tell people, I think the easiest way to put that is it's like, hey, if you save $10,000, isn't that the same as you making 10,000?
Right. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So you really gotta look at it from that approach, right? Because that's $10,000 that you can go do something else with, even if it's go have some fun with, or take your kids to Astroworld or whatever. It's still $10,000.
Classic Astroworld.
Right.
The days go back in time. I'm the time machine.
Right.
You know what I mean? What y'all got? Y'all want to open it up good? What do y'all think about that clip? I know this is more tailored towards our financial advisor, but it got to do with real estate as well, because you could take that money and then put it into real estate.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, either way, regardless, you need to have your money making money, not just sitting in an account,
right,
where you may be getting less than pennies on a dollar while they're taking your money and exponentially making additional money off of it. So they're pimping your money and give you crumbs. So you might as well do something with it yourself.
Crumbs to bricks.
Right.
That's a classic song, man.
Yeah, it is.
What else? I mean, again, my takeaway, just to reiterate, is get with Patrick and get a game plan together.
Right.
Hey, Pat, when you talk about squeezing, when they talk about the sunset of the Trump initiative on taxes, were you saying, are they going to squeeze the income requirement? So right now, if you're over 250,000, that means you won't get that extra incentive. Is that what you mean when they say squeeze the income? Is that what you meant?
No, so that's not where I was going. I wish I was actually could share my screen, but on the tax table,
share
your screen, man.
I don't have the chart pulled up.
Oh,
but on the left side of the tax table, it has 10%, 12%, 22%, 24%, and then to the right of that will be the income ranges that fall on those percentages, right? So up to 19,500. 10%, right up to 24,499, 12%, so on and so forth. And so I'm saying they're shrinking that income down. So a good example, somebody who makes 115,000, they're in the 24% tax bracket or tax table, right? That's where they fall. I'm saying in 2025, what it'll be, that same 115,000 could be 32% on the tax table.
Ooh, that's nasty, man.
That's what they're doing.
That's
they're shrinking the income range. They're not gonna change the numbers on the left because too many people would throw a fit about that. But what they do is they'll shrink that range, and so you move up on the tax table because of that.
Man. I mean, a Reynolds Spoons restaurant.
That's what I was referring to. And if you look at 100-year chart of taxes here in the U.S., we've been at historic lows. Right, in World War II, taxes were like 80 or 90%, right? And so we're at historic lows. If you look at that chart, it does something like this: it bounces up, and then it comes down to where we are now. And with all of that government funding and spending from the pandemic, the only way they're going to make that money back is to do what? Everybody
raise taxes. No new taxes.
Raise taxes, but generate more tax revenue. And they're going to do that by squeezing those income ranges down.
Man.
Let me drop a bomb, just to show that we come with some nuggets, man. Here on the we're talking real estate podcast, and Patrick, you can stop me if I'm not telling the truth or correct me, because this is not my era. I'm not a fiduciary, but from my studies, my library here, that income is taxable, compensation is not. So that means you can switch your income to compensation. Don't forget that your 115 is your taxable income. You can shrink that. It's all on how you file it.
Right. So you're talking about after you add in your expenses, deductions.
No.
Hey,
Loans,
this is in no way financial advice.
Right. I'm not a financial advisor. Patrick is
Is
a
that what
financial
you're talking
advisor.
about?
I'm asking a question.
Get that disclaimer.
Income is taxable. Compensation is not. Am I correct?
I
I'm
don't
no
know
tax
about
guru,
I
but
know where you're going.
tell me what's the difference? You're getting paid either way.
But income,
Right.
but according to the tax laws, income is taxable, but compensation is not.
What is compensation?
But compensation is essentially you getting paid. It's the same thing.
What is
It's
compensation?
not according to the law.
What is compensation?
And
Because
when I do a
compensation
job,
doesn't have to be identified by a dollar amount.
Right.
That's the only loophole I can hear in that. You could be compensated with a car. You could be compensated with a piece of land. You identify what your compensation is.
But it's still, regardless whether it's a thing of value or whatever,
But that's the thing. When
it's still going to be
income,
taxed on it.
there's a dollar amount
no, compensation is
connotated
not
with
taxable.
income versus compensation. That's the only loophole I can hear him talking about right there.
Look, if you go back to an example where Oprah was giving away cars, right? Giving away brand spanking new, it would lead to what you're saying. That would be compensation because it's a thing of value. They still had to pay taxes on that.
Oprah paid
That's
the taxes
correct.
when she bought the cars.
No, Oprah got the
No.
tax deduction for
Well,
giving away
when she bought the cars, but then the company got the
person who
deduction on the
received
back
the
end.
car
Wouldn't that be considered a
tax
gift?
on that car.
Yes, the
Even
person
on the
that got
gift,
it
they
you
still
said
charge
pay taxes.
taxes.
But that's a gift, and that's not compensation, right?
Right. True. Gifting. Yes.
No, it's still gift taxes, right?
Yes.
I'm trying to B caught me on that.
I think
what was it?
that's the only thing I can think about is compensation. Yeah,
No, so
it doesn't.
from
It doesn't.
my
It doesn't.
perspective, the only income that's not taxable is if you're pulling out value from something that's an asset already, right? If you're refinancing your house, you're pulling that money out, that's tax free. If you get a loan, that's tax free. You have cash value life insurance, you're pulling that value out of there, that's tax free. Because the other form of compensation would be capital gains, and that's what Buffett was saying. That's taxed at a lower rate, but that depends on where you fall on the tax table. So you could have 0% in capital gains if you only made $50,000 last year, as an example, right? So you can get those gains for free. Not for free, but without capital gains tax. Other than that, you're liable for the taxes, but whatever you do, in regard to your tax planning, you can bring that liability number all the way down to zero and get a refund. And I think that's where Brandon was going, but just saying those two words is like, nah, I can't follow that.
Need more context.
Right,
Well,
right.
I don't want to go too far in because we could talk about this all night, but there is a loophole. Not really a loophole. There's a strategy of how you word it and how you want to be paid out. So
Right.
if you have an income, then you're liable for the taxes. But compensation, you could get is against the law to tax compensation.
You could call it a pig or a sheep or whatever you want to call it. If that money hit your account, Uncle Sam on his. I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but just say, look, I don't care what you got. Uncle Sam on his.
Now, if you're a business owner, there are different ways that you can pay yourself, and I think that's where Brandon is going with it, right? A good example, and I won't dive into my personal, but with my business, I pay myself a salary. It's small, but I pay myself a salary, and then I do owner draws, right, once a quarter, and so those are taxed at totally different rates, right? And I think that's what Brandon's talking about.
Well, as the W-2, then you're considered income. You know, if
Totally
you're a
different.
part of, and I'm not gonna go too much because we'll spend all the, but it's a thing that the wealthy use, and we'll probably have to have a whole show about it. But there's a difference, just like a person technically is a corporation. If you're talking legalese, so
call your tax attorney.
Right,
Please.
That's what I learned from a tax attorney.
Yeah, let them call in.
So I think Barry done froze, man.
No, I'm here. Mine was freezing up, but I think I'm back now.
Okay, gotcha. All right, let's go to the next clip. Bro. I don't want to be too long on that, but that is a strategy. You know, I just want to pop that. I ask you, people that's listening, ask your tax attorney about that. Ask your financial advisor. Or get with Patrick here, and I'll fill Patrick in off air. But that is a strategy, man. We need to strategize on paying less taxes because there are strategies out there for that, and it's not a bad thing. It's a smart thing. You know, as long as it's within due bounds. Yep. All right, so let's go ahead and get the next one. All right, here we go.
Before they hit the auction date on PropStream. Check it out.
So let's assume you were on PropStream looking up properties and you come across this property that shows this pre-foreclosure details tab. You want to click on that tab. I know you guys seen it before. You want to scroll down to the trustee and attorney information section. This is going to be the company that's in charge of foreclosing on the property and collecting the debt on behalf of the lender. All right. So you're going to have the address, name, and the company phone number. All right. Some information may not be there, but you're going to have enough to find out who is in charge of that. So what we're going to do is a simple Google search of the phone number. We're going to search Google for the phone number, go to the website. And once we get to the website, we have to look around and find out if they have a list of these pre-foreclosure properties. Now, full disclaimer, not every website is going to have a list of the properties. That's just how they are, right? So in this example, we got one. So we're going to look at practice areas, go to real estate default, and then we're going to scroll down and we're going to go to foreclosure sales. And when you get to this page, what you want to do is you want to select your state. Let's go Florida, and we're just going to leave it as is. You can narrow it down if you want some more, but we're going to leave it as it is. And you're going to see the actual auction sale date. You're going to see the case number. You're going to see the property address. And in some instances, you're going to see an opening bid amount for that particular property. Now, all you have to do is find out who the owner is of that property, skip trace that address, and then reach out to that contact.
Now, that's a gem for your ass. I'm about to put you guys on game on how to find pre-foreclosures before they hit the auction date on PropStream. Check it out.
So let's.
All right, so that's kind of geared toward Hyman, our wholesale expert here. And but I would say CJ as well, because you get a lot of people that's waiting on these pre-foreclosures. I've noticed that trend throughout the year. Man, they waiting on the pre-foreclosure. They trying to do this. They're trying to do that. You know what I mean? So I'll go ahead and open that up. Go ahead and open up that to the realtors on the panel. What y'all think of his strategy, and y'all have something different, or is that a good strategy? And what's
I don't know. I have a question.
Go ahead,
I have a question. So if it's pre-foreclosure, are you able to buy it before auction date, or do you have to go to the auction to try to buy it?
Good question.
You can.
Yes, you can.
That. Yeah.
Yes, but you'll still be dealing with the seller, which we call a short sale.
Okay, got it. Okay,
Most
all right. We'll
cases.
answer that question, because I'm pretty sure that's what a lot of the viewers were thinking.
Yeah,
But,
you do a short sale, but that requires you to get into a relationship with the individual seller, and still the bank has the right to accept the offer that you put in for the property, no matter what. What he's doing, it's a solid lead generating tool, because eventually, once you get to the seller, you got all kinds of opportunities to wholesale it, sell it, keep it, whatever you want to do, because you're going to get it for about, in most cases, you can get it for like 65 cents on the dollar if you do it right. And in hopes they hate to wish ill will on the seller if they didn't do what they were supposed to with their mortgage. Yeah, you can get a nice little steal that way. The issue is that how long it takes to find one of those. When he went through all those different steps, that's a lot in itself. Also, once you do the skip tracing, you got to start calling and mailing constantly just to get the seller to trust you enough to talk to you about their personal home. But it does work. You can't just only do that though. If you're planning on using that method, you do that. You still go to the auction. You still call myself CJ Barry, see what we know, see what we can find out. It's those type of videos are great to get people to follow you, but as far as actually applying those methods, it requires a hell of a lot more work than what he's actually saying.
Yeah,
Every county doesn't have that. Go ahead, see.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and that ain't a new strategy. They've been doing that for a minute. And you're dealing with people with teams that like hit it. So if you like an individual, you up against a little competition on that. But I mean, like Hamid said, if you can find one that works, it's a nice little lick. But don't think you're the only one out here doing it, because that's been around for a long time.
Right. So what was his goal with that strategy? What was he trying to do? Just
get it cheaper.
Find a property, and get in less than what it's worth.
So that's what investors look for. They look for properties. Well, most investors look for properties that they can get below market value, add a little something to it, flip it, sell it, or buy or hold it, rent it out. So they're always looking for something below market value.
Yeah.
Right. And first dibs, especially in this particular market where it's a lot of competition. So they're looking for any type of strategy that'll give them a leg up.
And that with that also the lender's gonna have to approve that too.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And that's the biggest. I think that's the biggest hurdle after finding getting a relationship with the seller is dealing with the lender, because that lender has probably changed. Well, the servicer has changed so many times that you be like, I thought it was this, no, it was this. And so.
And the short sale don't mean it's gonna sell fast either. That's a lengthy process.
It's a process. Yeah.
They were 7-8 months, I know, a few years ago, just to do that. I don't think it's that long anymore.
Oh yeah, it still is though, B.
It is 7. Okay. It's
right.
So for a consumer, first of all, this wouldn't be for a novice. This would be for like somebody that has some money and probably try to add this to their utility belt, or what should I say? So what would y'all say? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
I mean, if they're gonna pay for a system, like if they trying to do it like he's doing, one at a time like that, just by themselves, I wouldn't say it's worth it.
It ain't worth it. I'd rather you go put out the signs. Right. You know what I'm saying? I believe that strategy will work way more because your phone will ring a lot more. Once the phone gets to ringing, hey, it's time to go to work. As long as we answer like the first guy. You got to answer the phone.
Let me ask you this. Is chasing pre-foreclosures worth it?
CJ said it best. If you have a team, yes.
If it's worth it, not just if you have a team, but if you're disciplined enough to stay consistent with it.
Right.
If you just want to do it, you know what I'm saying, 10, 15 times and you lose steam, you're not used to finishing anything, then I would say, you know what I'm saying, just save your money and put it elsewhere. But if you're somebody that's a go-getter, you know what I'm saying, then you could add that to the list of strategies that you're doing. It doesn't have to be the only strategy.
That's gonna be the most time-consuming strategy though, because that's it. Man, you could be leveraging your time doing something else, to be honest.
Told you, go and get them signs, man, and drop them out there.
Hey, put that sign out. We buy your mom in them house.
Yeah.
So everybody let me ask you this: wholesaling versus pre-foreclosures.
Wholesaling.
Yeah, but you can wholesale pre-foreclosures too.
But he said, would you rather spend your time trying to wholesale a property, buy a property, or wholesale a free pre-foreclosure? It's wholesaling. Your return is a lot faster.
Yeah, wholesale, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
As far as effort, return on your efforts, not necessarily return on money, but efforts.
Right. So this basically this ain't for the faint of heart.
Nah.
Definitely not.
I mean, if you ain't got a lot of bread and you got a lot of time, then okay.
Right. Well, I would think that's the case for a lot of people starting out.
But even still, wholesaling is still be better than just focus on pre-foreclosure.
But remember, that's the purpose of the clip, because we get this buzzword, and you especially get a lot of clients, man, pre-foreclosure. Y'all might be bugging up the wrong tree. You got a lot of competition in that avenue, and that's investors, and that's all they do. And so what makes you think you gonna come along and get a pre-foreclosure out the blue like that? So a lot of people that get pre-approved in my arena, that they wait for a pre-foreclosure.
Nah. Yeah.
Hey, but they sat in that seminar and they told them they could do it though.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's the purpose. This is the purpose of the show.
Don't tell them everything.
This is the purpose of the show, and it's the purpose of that particular clip. In particular, hey, you hear these buzzwords or you go to the seminar, but you're barking up the wrong tree. It's not logistically sound to have that strategy. You're gonna be waiting, and everybody that I pre-qualified for CJ that's talking about pre-foreclosure ain't never got one.
They say pre-foreclosure. They wanted a foreclosure.
They wanted a foreclosure or pre-foreclosure.
Pre-foreclosure is a little bit different. Now foreclosure, you just won't get it at the cheapest price.
Right, because all them joints is bids now, so it's like
man.
Right. But I've had both. They waiting on the foreclosure. They waiting. They trying to get something for nothing.
And
in
if you
Yeah.
think about that, these services and lenders, they don't want to take these houses back, so they're gonna do everything in their power to get them back up to speed. They're gonna be patient with these folks as long as they can before taking their house back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
All these folks waiting on these foreclosures, these lenders are not trying. These services, they are not trying to take these houses back. So that's why, like, even from COVID, all these people, they got the forbearances, and the ones that weren't able to put on the back end on the loan and it was due, they still work with them folks. They are not trying to take these houses back.
Right. So,
Right,
and
let
that's
me ask
another
you
thing.
this.
I think I've done 1 in 8 years, and it was a horrible experience. Because don't forget that the bank has no sense of urgency to close this thing. You know, so I think it took 75 days for us to close this foreclosure.
They don't have the manpower.
That's
They don't
about
have
right.
yeah, like, and that's the last thing. They're not in a rush to lose money.
Yeah.
Nah, whatsoever.
It's already a loss on their books. They already
Yeah,
accounted.
so they don't give a damn about
It's
when
already
you got to
accounted
close. Yeah, they don't care about none of that.
Banks are not
It's
in the
just-
business of owning property. They're in the business of loaning you the money for the property.
So
Right. That's
I'm
why
saying
you
this-
immediately, folks who get new loans, they see that those loans have been sold by the end of the year to someone else when they're asking why my taxes are so high for property taxes. Right. I see that all the time with my clients. But I was going to say, hey, with pre-foreclosures and foreclosures, you're not even able to go walk that property, right? You just got to
Right.
look at it from
You
the
can
outside,
walk.
right?
You can walk the foreclosures.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
but not
I wasn't
pre-foreclosure.
sure.
So we got somebody in there.
Hey, foreclose. Well, you mean with the seller at that point, but foreclosures, they might not have utilities on.
Yeah.
So
Right, that's what I mean. You won't really know what you're getting, like if you were just to go and do a traditional way of purchasing, right?
Well, I mean, if you go in the
You can still
country,
get you can still get an inspector.
Yeah, you pay to get the utilities turned on and do your inspections, but like you're not going to get something like well below market value on a foreclosure in most cases.
I'm at to disagree with you on that, CJ. I think the HUD Home Store and Fannie Mae Pathway.
Well, yeah.
They have some really nice ones. They have some nice
and
ones.
if you a vet,
got good deals.
Yeah, VRM, Veterans, whatever that stands for. VRM.
You might hit a lick on that.
Yes.
You might hit
Yes.
vets and what's it? The first, like the police, firemen, out like the first month, they got one for them too.
Yeah, you pick up some good opportunities there. It's not like how it used to be back in the early 2000s where the house would be tore up. They've done a better job in making sure the property's in good, sustainable, in good shape, but still you can get it at a cheap enough price as long as you find the right neighborhood one in there.
Yeah.
But my point is, for overall arcing this point, for the common borrower that's trying to get pre-qual and then looking for foreclosure or pre-foreclosure, you're barking up the wrong tree. Might be mission impossible unless you're in the country somewhere, unless you're in a area that doesn't have a lot of competition. But for a major metropolitan like Houston, you got, there's so much competition. You got teams of people that's trying to get these properties with bigger banks than you. So it's like
cash.
Yeah, with cash money. So it's like, man, you up against a lot. Let's go to that next one. Anything else on this pre-foreclosure point before I go to next one?
Yeah, see, I had an email from a client. I just answered it. So I didn't answer the phone. I answered the email.
Congratulations.
What time is it?
Congratulations, man. The podcast is working, man. The podcast is working.
They don't put up financial advisors. They answer their phone.
Hey.
This is one of my favorites right here. Can y'all hear this?
Barely.
Real low.
Yeah.
Taxes is 40%. I bought my mother house. I bought this house. A couple jewelry pieces. Those were the big purchases. Went to Paris. Went to St. Lucia, Hawaii. Man, but I went from 1.6 to 2-something, 280. I'm like, oh, this should go fast. I'm gonna cool off because I see.
All right, this is my problem right here. So he said he paid his agent, taxes, bought his mama a house, bought jewelry pieces, but he still had about 700 something thousand. What type of vacation were you spending? 300-400 grand, and you're only down to 280. My man, I think the biggest problem is not what he's wearing around his neck, the one he has around his arm. Okay, so
that's real, man.
Nah, the problem is what's between his ears, man. He's not thinking.
Right.
That too.
Right.
I'll go ahead and open it up because I got some. I got a couple of shots at this one, man.
I'll go first with those taxes. You hear about athletes all the time getting these blockbuster contracts, but you never really think about what state they're in. I'm here in Texas. We don't have state income tax, right? That's why people have been moving here from California. That's why people have been moving here from New York City, right? All over the country. We don't have state income tax because you have your federal tax brackets like we were talking about. Then there's a lot of states that have state income tax. And then there's some with additional, like Oregon, right? I think they have 2 or 3 additional taxes besides that federal income tax. So if you get $100 million deal, and you're in New York, that $100 million, you're netting 50 after tax. And then you do, everybody think you're rich and you balling. Yeah, you got to buy your mama a house, take a trip, get your piece and chain. It's not much left. So somebody should have had that conversation. He said he had an agent or a representative. Somebody should have told him all that right before he started spending all his money. Right? Or tell me, hey, give me a trade me to the Houston Rockets or the Houston Texans. I don't want the income tax.
I'm down to Texas.
Right? That'll save me $10-12 million.
Show you're right.
I mean really,
that's
what he probably couldn't control. He probably got drafted.
In the league. Right, but
that's
I
one
think
of
a
the
lot of
problems
veteran
too.
players say, when they're considering where they want to move to or who they sign with, they take a look and think about, okay, hey, what's the taxation in that state? But
that's something you said right there,
process.
Patrick. That's something you said right there. The veteran players, a lot of these youngsters, they 19, 20, 21, and you give them all that money. You right between the head, they don't know because they've been living in poverty all their life.
Right.
And you sit there and give them $20-30 million.
Right.
I mean,
if you have representation,
I mean, even if it's $5 million, I mean, that's still more money than they probably ever seen in their life.
Somebody should be having that conversation with you. If somebody's negotiating,
and you know what? A lot of these leagues have advisors.
Because they pay if a sports agent. I'm not sure what the number is, but I'm thinking it's upwards to like 30%, like an attorney, right?
He said 40.
Okay, even more.
40%. Yeah,
not for an agent.
Right.
Yeah, that's what he just said.
Play the video. He ain't said 30% for no agent.
But I know it could go up.
If he paying his agent 40, that's the first thing.
He ain't paying what it's standardly around 10%. What he was talking about was taxes. Taxes is what he was talking about was the 40%.
Gotcha.
Right, but okay.
Because I already got the next clip queued.
You get a $10 million, 3-year deal. I'm your agent. You paying me 10%. You paying me $1 million, and I'm your agent. Shouldn't I be having that conversation with you?
You should, but here's the thing. You know what I'm saying? With a lot of athletes, you're a product of your environment, and unfortunately, we take a bunch of bad habits that we've gotten from the older generation that we actually kind of pattern after. If you haven't been taught how to manage money when you were younger and how to actually manage and save and invest, all you know is mom and dad live paycheck to paycheck. My brother and sister that's older than me live paycheck to paycheck. So when I get this money, I don't know how to save because ain't nobody else even know how to save. Nobody else even taught me. So they do a better job now when it comes to these different leagues of having consultants and stuff like that come in, have these classes and things like that. But I think the problem is not necessarily on the leagues, it's on the actual person. If you young, you 21 and you getting $1.6 million, your agent can talk to you. You can have your coach talk to you. You can have anybody talk to you. But at that age, are you going to listen? And a lot of younger kids don't want to listen because they want to floss. They want to floss for their peoples.
You see, he got him 2 pieces in chain. He only need 1.
No, you just need one chain and get you 2 pieces and you rotate.
Yeah.
But no,
Man, let's get the focus, man.
point was this.
That piece
point
of
is this.
change.
If you're paying somebody for representation on whatever level it is, they should be having that conversation with you to let you know what you're going to net. All my clients ask me, hey, Patrick, what's the cost to do business with you? What does that look like? Hey, am I going to have to pay any taxes on this? What does that look like? Everybody I sit down with, it doesn't matter if they have $100,000 or $6 million. You're right. Those are the questions that they ask.
Hey, the problem now
That's if I got $100, man.
But the problem now is they letting these kids get money sooner in college and high school and stuff. So
Yeah.
they're not learning it then, like at that age, and they're already getting the money. Like it's just going to be perpetual once they get like in the pros. It's going to just get even worse.
That's very true. I was reading an article this week, and they were saying that guy from UT, he actually had an NIL money in high school as a senior playing football.
What you got? Quarterback or the offensive lineman?
Hughes, the quarterback at UT.
Oh, yeah.
He got NIL money in high school. He set out and got paid and then went to Ohio State and then came to UT. So, yeah, so that's very true. But to Corey's point, right, you know, that education of those conversations is going to have to start a whole lot younger now than they did in the past. I wish I got money when I was playing ball.
What you play,
I'm saving mine for last. I will get
What you play,
out,
Patrick?
man, I'm gonna have to mute Mike, man, because you know what I mean. I gotta get on my soapbox on this one.
I was a defensive end. I used to like to hit people real hard.
Did you bend the circle wheel, LP? Did you bend the circle wheel?
Huh?
Did you bend the circle wheel?
Bend the circle. Yeah, I could bend the circle, but I was stronger than those old linemen. You know, I was a whole lot stronger. I just pick them up, throw them on the ground. And
You play D1?
What's that?
You play D1?
No, I played junior college ball. I tore my ACL my senior year.
Yeah, I'm about to say the D1 offensive lineman ain't that easy to pick up and move around like that.
Yeah, but my thing, I was able to get my strength back, but I couldn't get my speed down. And in college, everybody's fast. It's all about, you know.
He said you wasn't gonna throw him down like that.
Nah,
Be 345, 6'7".
Yeah, but yeah, if you're getting paid, you know, at least after that first paycheck, whatever it is, you know, you're gonna be aware. So maybe this guy in this video, he gonna learn with his next deal.
Let's see if we get to it. Let's hope we get to it.
He had to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
Right. Well, let me start preface it with this. I agree with everything y'all saying, but I don't think everybody addressing the video at hand, the main problem. You know, they addressed it at the end. Let's keep it all the way 100. The problem is who you got around you. Are they for moment? Are they here for for the lifetime, the long haul? You know, so a lot of people will drain you. A lot of people are around you just because you got something that they want and they can't achieve it by themselves. You know, so you got to be aware of that. And I know as a kid, you're not aware of that stuff, but if you spent $400,000 on vacation, you spent that more than you spent on your mama house. You know, something is wrong with that. You spent, you know, and certain people are they want to travel and stuff like that on your dime. I get it, you going out together and all that, but yeah, you could get drained. I think, and I got a premise that I'm gonna release on the Power of Ownership podcast, man. I think, especially those athletes, and I see why they do it, that you need to take your time and probably don't build up relationships, especially, you know, male-female relationships. I'm talking about get married until you later on in life. But I think you at that age where everybody's around you, it's too much coming at you. And you can't tell who's who. You're not mature enough. Your frontal lobe don't develop until you're 25. So you're 19, you're full of testosterone, you got $1 million, a couple of $1 million. You can't see straight. You know what I mean? And they're gonna throw that thing at you because you are who you are. And you can't see you thinking it's love. This ain't no love. This is United Way. what can you do for me?
Right.
You know, so, and I think a lot of us don't have that male figure in our life. We don't have the uncles. We don't have the OGs. All of us, we got nothing but women around us. So they're going to tell you what they want to hear and how they want to feel. And which is a lot of times no discipline, no accountability. And they're going to spin. And you pick up those habits. And before you know it, you have nothing left. So they're gonna spin it all. And they ain't gonna stop. They're like, almost like locusts. Tear this field up, go to the next field. You know what I'm saying? And the next, and the next, and the next. It's gonna be relentless. But as a youngin', you think it's you. You think you got game. It's not you. It's what you can offer. And a lot of people, we need to form something too. I think the older veterans, and I think they're starting to do this as well. I think Barry mentioned this earlier. They need to have like consultation, because men sharpen men like steel sharpen steel. We need to have men groups to where we mentor these young boys. And especially if athletes need to mentor athletes. Hey, I know where you've been. This how I messed up. You can take it for a grain of salt, but I've been in your shoes. And you got to get outside of mama now. You got to get outside of sister now and get a male's perspective of things. To really, especially if you ain't had a father in your life, you ain't had a male figure in your life. You need that energy. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. Because if I'm looking at Hurts. Hurts, raised on his whole team, all females.
Right.
You need that man in your life, bro. You need that man to tell you, hey, bro, you messing up.
But Hurts has his old man, though. Remember, Hurts was raised by his dad.
Yeah, his dad's a coach, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, those women got him the highest paid quarterback in history, I think. Right?
Yes.
Guaranteed.
Yes.
I think part of that
was
he wanted
Holmes was the highest paid quarterback.
What else is then?
He got his money 2 or 3 years ago. But no, that team of women, I think he did that intentionally so that he could have greater representation in the league and all of that good stuff.
Gotcha.
But I feel your point. I don't think the gender really matters. I think it's just you have to find you a mentor. Whoever that person's going to be, because a woman would tell that young guy what that girl on his arm was thinking in the video.
But
right?
There's different energies. There's
right?
masculine and feminine principles. You can't get around that. Those are the principles of the universe.
B, you try to get us canceled, man. You on here with these Texas comments, man? Hey, look, you can't say that, man.
What do you mean? It's a fact.
No, man, come on.
So you're telling me there's not masculine and feminine energies?
There is different energies, but what you're saying is that a woman can't do as good of a job as a man. Is what the way I hear it.
I said you need that masculine energy in your corner somewhere.
Right, and that's why I said you got to find a mentor. I picked up a lot of things from a lady who used to do the work that I do. A lot of good stuff that I use now. Some bad stuff left it behind, but I took away some powerful takeaways.
I'm not saying that but it is proven that a single man does better job to raising the boy than a single woman would.
It's also proven that diverse board of directors with at least 50% of women on them outperform other Fortune 500 companies with 100% men.
Oh, we got a debate on our hands. Let's go.
You need that balance.
I mean, but that's as an employee role. I would agree with that because women are more agreeable. So
running companies, running Fortune 500 companies.
Yeah, but who is the owner?
Calling the shots.
Yeah, who is the owner though? If you sitting on the board, that don't mean you own it. You're running it, but you're running it for the owners.
Right.
Right. So yeah, I can put you in the box, and they
we know who owns everything, but that wasn't the point.
Wait, say it again.
I said we know who owns everything, but that wasn't the point at hand.
My point is a difference. Is a difference of what I'm saying. Yes, I will agree. That's why a lot of, especially in corporate America, that's why they have a lot of females, because I would definitely put a female in there because I can control it better. A man gonna bump heads with me.
Oh God dang, B. You're killing us, man. You're killing us. Oh, B. Move on to the next topic, B, before you get us in trouble, man. Move on to the next topic. Because you're digging a bigger hole.
24 like this, man. Hey,
I mean, come in 2024 strong.
They're not more agreeable than a man because you gonna what y'all doing right now? Y'all gonna bump heads with me.
I'm gonna put a woman on the board so I can control her, B.
Is that not a fact?
No, that's not a fact. Hell no.
The issue is that he used the wrong choice of words when he said controlling. That's all.
Right.
She's gonna be more
I
agreeable.
think he meant that.
He probably did mean that, but
Get it say it right.
word. That's all.
Ain't no saying it right. I'm taking no privilege, man.
On the
Hey,
panel,
you can add that disclaimer across the bottom
Brandon
of my
B. Dix has
screen that say,
misspoke.
Nah, I don't
controlling
agree
with all of Brandon B. Dixon's statements or points.
Hey, look, add that disclosure to mine too. You know what I'm saying? Right? You know what I'm saying? Look.
Hey, I stand on that. That is the reason why you would hire a female because they are by nature more agreeable. A man is gonna bump heads with you.
So you trying to say a female can't have her own opinion?
Nah, you adding words to it. Listen to what I said. They're gonna be.
You're
more
saying that
agreeable.
you're telling the woman what to do and what to say.
No, I'm
You're
saying they're
controlling the woman. That's your word, not mine.
to be more agreeable.
Is that
He
not the
did say
same
control.
damn
He
thing?
did say control.
He did
though.
say control. Come on, B.
Okay, so how did
The issue is
how
that
do
the
we,
word
how do we go from this
control.
guy spending all this money to controlling women? I don't.
Well, B's correlation to that is that
go from
because of the
how
young
do-
lady he
how
had
do
on
we
his
go
shoulder,
from
he
that?
spent
You
way
brought
too
that
much
point
money.
up about. You brought that fraudulent point up about that. You're insinuating
Funny.
that if a woman raised corporation, which I don't doubt because they're not the owner. Now let's go single entrepreneurs. That's a different ball game than on a
It's
board.
proven though. That was proven.
But there's a thing about single entrepreneurs that's different than a corporate board. That's different. But who's the real owners though?
That doesn't matter. When it gets to that level, everything is
Y'all
everything has
lost
to be
in the
approved by
sauce.
the board anyway.
Nah, y'all lost in the sauce. Y'all don't get it. I'm gonna put.
We don't
y'all
get
it. Yeah, y'all don't get it.
Right.
Y'all don't get it.
Y'all might as well agree to disagree.
Yeah, I agree to disagree. I don't want. Again, like I said, it's a landmine topic. I can't say exactly what I want to say.
You said it already, man.
You done said it,
You
B.
said it
You
already.
can't say nothing. You done
Nah,
said it
when you
already.
get your,
The
when
only
you
thing
get-
you can do right now, B, is just clean up the statement by saying,
Nah,
I
I
don't mean you
stand
can
on that.
control.
I
Wait,
stand
wait,
on that.
Please put the
you don't
train
have
back
to
on
say
the tracks
control.
because you done
When you
derailed
said
that thing.
women are more agreeable, that is very
Right.
true. They're agreeable.
It's
But
a
the issue
fact.
is the trigger word is control.
I can
That's the
control them better.
Nah, there you go again.
He trying to clean it up for you, B.
I'm just,
He
I'm
trying to clean
I
it
ain't
up
trying
for
to
you.
clean it up. If I wanted
He didn't say he couldn't
to have a
control the
manager of
man.
a business,
He didn't say he
I'm
couldn't
gonna
control the man. He said he could control the
I'm
woman
gonna put
better.
a female in there. Hey, I need X, Y, and Z. She's gonna be agreeable and get the job done.
Well, let me
If
ask
you
you
don't
this,
agree
B.
with it, you're not gonna be
B,
agreeable with
let me ask
that.
you
A
this.
guy, if
If
you
she's
put
more
a guy in that
agreeable
same
and you
position,
can control
you're
her,
gonna do that
then
as
why don't
well.
you just do it?
I can't hear both of y'all talking.
Oh, okay. I'm
go
saying
ahead.
if she's more agreeable and you can control it, then why don't you just do it? Why you hiring her?
Because I can't be everywhere at
Or
one
if
time.
But you can still put a male in that same role, and if he's working for
Yeah,
you,
but I
he's
don't
gonna
want.
do
I
the
don't want.
same
I don't want.
things
I don't
you
want
asked
bump
for
heads
him to
with
do.
certain time. I don't want to bump
But
heads
if
with
you the
them.
owner, like you said,
Right now, in certain
they gonna do what you
situations,
tell them, right?
if it's a sales
Exactly. That's my point. Exactly. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't
Nah,
matter
if
who
it's
it
a
is.
sales job, it's most likely male because they're gonna be on it. They're gonna be more on it. Now, if it's more of an admin job, I would say more of a female because they're gonna be more agreeable.
All right, so here's the thing.
Yeah,
If we take
I
the
disagree.
example that he put it,
All
and
right,
if you
let
take
me
the
put it
example
to you
as
like
he put
this.
it, right?
Or
Let's
have
use.
you ran a business yet that grows over $1 million?
Do what?
Oh, there you go.
Have you ran a business yet to this day that grows for more than $1 million a year?
No.
All right, case closed. Big bank take little bank.
Ooh, he went that far.
So that,
Damn. Hold up, y'all.
He's controlling everybody in 2024, huh?
That was
Big bank, little bank.
Hold up.
look,
Hey, B,
he act
before
like
you
he
make-
had a mic drop. You know what I'm saying? Look, are you running a business right now that grows over $1 million?
What we about to see right now? We're gonna see a 24.
Hold
But
up, hold up.
I did it. I
Let me
did it
turn
in
my
my
damn
20s.
mic. Turn my.
I did it in my 20s.
Hold up. I think this is a very interesting statement.
No,
Check this
I
out.
did it in my 20s. I ran businesses that are worth $1 million plus.
Hold on. Here's the thing, B. Let me
Let's
close it
go
out with
over.
this.
Let's go to
close
the
it out.
next video. Let's go to the
Let's
next
close it
video.
out with this right here, B. Hold up. Before you
Quit trying to clean it
continue.
up, Hyman. Quit trying to
Here,
clean it
I'm
up.
gonna try one more time, B.
Ain't no, I stand on it.
Hey,
Okay,
go
he can
save your
stand
breath.
on it.
Go on,
What-
save your breath, Lemons. Go on, save your breath, man.
You want me to save it? I'll kill
Just
it.
save your breath, man. 'Cause, hey, look, B ain't gonna let you
You
clean it
gotta,
up for
as
him,
a manager, as a business owner, you got to know people's strengths and weaknesses. Period.
True.
No, don't say it no more, B.
I agree with that. I would agree with that.
Yeah,
You- he's
I'm
gonna
not
say
trying-
I don't think.
if I, in certain situations, if I own the corporate board, I'm not trying to have 15 dudes on there because we all gonna bump heads. We're not gonna be as productive.
That's what we're doing right now. And you got 6 dudes.
Exactly. So I would
That's
hire
the
all
point
y'all
he's
at
gonna
the
make.
same time.
It's 6 of us now, and we've all.
But we all ain't bumping
bumping
heads
heads.
though.
So
But we
I
all ain't
agree with
bumping heads
Patrick.
though.
I would,
Exactly.
if I had to hire 15 people on the board, I would make 8 of them female because I know I could sway those 8.
Oh,
But if you own the company, what you mean? Why you trying to sway them?
Because it has to be. I might be a majority owner, but I got to put everybody on board. It's all about finessing.
Another bad word.
Well, it's all about persuasion.
That's okay.
Y'all ain't never ran no company. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about.
Hey,
You gotta
man,
get everybody on
I
board.
know.
Go to the next
I know
video.
what you're
dog.
talking about. I just don't think it's gender exclusive. That's
Nah,
no.
you sleep. You
And you
sleep.
gotta
If
have people.
If you don't
You
think
gotta
there's a
have
difference in
people on your
genders, you
board
sleep.
that's gonna tell you no. You gotta have people who's gonna tell you no. That's not gonna work for this reason. And you gotta
That's
have.
why I
people
say
who
8 and 7.
I think we should do it this way, right? You gotta have those folks, or your business gonna go under. Right?
Yeah, but see, y'all dudes gonna be agreeable, disagreeable, just to be disagreeable because it's the ego.
Oh. Okay.
I don't
He has
know.
a point there. We will disagree just
Hey,
for our ego.
They all
But
disagree
anyway,
with you, B.
In the video,
And that's my point. Y'all proving my point.
Yeah.
Y'all proving my point. As you're talking. If you don't
got
think
it.
there's
I
a
don't agree.
difference in the
Don't agree
genders,
with that one.
you sleep.
Don't agree with
You're
that one.
asleep. There's a difference in the genders. Period. No argument. You know what I mean?
Man,
look,
hurry up. I'm ran out of drink.
Who's
I
next?
respectfully disagree. I
All right,
respectfully
if you now that's clown world. If you don't think there's a difference in the genders, something's wrong. That's why we ain't all one gender then if there's no difference.
No, I think everybody is different. Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses.
Everybody
Everybody has a
There's
different
fundamental
perception. Everybody has a different perception on life from their life experiences and how they see the world. You know
No.
what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if you're a guy or a lady. It's
Chemically
everybody's
and biologically, we are different. We are hardwired different. Everything about us is different. You sleep.
Next video.
Next
Next
video.
video.
Everybody agreed on that one thing. Next video.
Right.
Hey, I agree to go to the
Hey,
next
that's kind of
video.
scary that business owners don't know the difference. Or supposed business owners.
Oh,
Why you sneak dissing, dog? I thought we was
Right.
better than that.
He is. Hey, look. He bad because
No. We standing on business in 2024. Stop sneak dissing, dog.
He can't sway 5 cats on the podcast.
College. Get yourself in all kinds of debt just to go into more debt. Job out here, it ain't that bad. You can work 2-3 years, get paid to learn. Just like these guys here are doing. Just doing this framing here, you can make anywhere from $30-$40 an hour. Hell, most guys start out $15-$20 an hour now. Hell, give it 3-4 years on that. See what you become. So what, framing's not for you? Maybe you want to be a welder. Take a look at these damn handrails. These handrails cost $20,000 just on the steps alone. So you think you want to do something more technical? Learn how to do HVAC units. Take a look at that. Or generator, electrician. Hey, look at that from my backyard right there. This house here, used car salesman. Next house over, I'm not sure what Peso does, but he's a good guy. And little Keith, how about he does screen printing on t-shirts? And his wife's a beautician. The trick is to learn a profession and make it your business. Become a business owner, that's where the money's at. There's some major scams going on right now. You need to be careful out there. They're not just stealing your damn money, they're stealing your time. The major one I'm talking about right now is that college education. Who needs that 4-year degree? Not me. Hell, I barely made it out of high school. Why the hell does somebody want to spend 4 years of their life into college, get yourself in all kinds of debt, just to go into more debt? Job out here, it ain't that bad. You can work 2-3 years, get paid to learn. Just like these guys here are doing. Just doing this framing here, you can make anywhere from $30, $40 an hour. Hell, most guys start out $15, $20 an hour now. Hell, give it 3-4 years on that and see what you become. So what, framing's not for you? Maybe you want to be a welder.
All right, so I wanted to make sure you heard the whole thing, man. You know, so y'all want me to go first, or
I
y'all
agree.
want?
College is not for everybody. You don't need to go to college. Yeah.
Right.
All right.
I disagree.
If you're going to college and you're on a student loan and you're not going for like a STEM type of position and you're going for something that's going to get you 30 grand a year once you graduate, it ain't worth it.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you're going for something that's going to give you some high earning skills where you get a nice salary, it may be worth it.
I agree with that.
And one thing that me and B have noticed, and everybody else for sure, you go up here and get MBAs, PhDs, and it's all student loans, and then you try to get a mortgage, it counts against your debt to income ratio. And so you got all these letters after your name, except for homeowner, because you can't qualify for a loan because of your student loans.
That was powerful. I don't know if everybody caught that, but that was a powerful statement.
I mean, this is facts, man. We cranking it up for 2024, man. I'm bringing the heat, man. Black Mamba. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that boy never dribbled the ball in this.
He in the zone tonight. He in the zone.
Man, no,
but that's real though.
The point guard in junior high, man. Y'all sleep.
Junior high?
That boy, he went to sixth grade on y'all.
You
He barely
definitely look
contributed.
at a profession to see if that debt if it's going to be worth it, right? But I definitely think college is important. It's just for the education itself. You know, when you first start out in college, those first year, 18 months, you're taking a little bit of everything. They're exposing you to a little bit of everything, right? Just to expand your general knowledge. And then later on is when you really focus in on that specific area that you're going to work or study. And so I think coming out of high school, you definitely need some other form of education after high school just to make you a well-rounded individual, right? Whatever that is. But what this guy in this video was talking about was like, hey, you know, there's no need for you to go in $40,000, $50,000, or $60,000 debt where you can pick up one of these skilled trades and then actually create your own business and do that. That makes perfect sense as well. I think it just depends on that person and what they want out of life.
I think too, you got to think 5, 10, 15 years in the future. AI is going to replace a lot of people's jobs that got college degrees. But when it comes down to being able to do plumbing and electrical work, a lot of that stuff can't be replaced by machines. Mm-hmm. So you got to think about, all right, what's going to be available down the line that's still going to pay me a nice income.
Mm-hmm. Things that use your hands.
Right. And it's going to be more with your hands than anything, because once you get these robots and the software out here, like it's going to replace engineering. It's going to replace a lot.
Right.
So you got to think about, hey, it looks like it's going to be some of that. I've seen even robots are doing painting in houses now. So it ain't even just everything. You got to be strategic on what you're doing, because like they're coming for your jobs.
Right. And those institutions, they have the job data, you know, the forecast for different roles. So you'll be able to see, hey, what does this look like in the next 10 years if I want to go down this road? But the other thing from the video that really stood out to me was that the guy was saying, hey, you know, learn that trade and then create a business for yourself. Right. Yeah. And now I think that was the big takeaway. And then he started talking about, hey, this guy's owns a car lot. This guy owns, you know, a salon or whatever.
Making t-shirts.
The tax code is written for landowners and business owners, right? And that's why I'm in business for myself now. It's like once you know better, you got to do better. Yeah. We talked about taxes at the beginning of the show. The W-2 employees, they pay the most taxes out of anybody, right? Yeah. Business owners and landowners, most of the time on average, are going to pay less, right? And you have other benefits and features. So for me, the big takeaway was, hey, you may not necessarily have to go to college to be super successful and make a ton of money to support your family and create generational wealth. Learn a skill trade, start that business, and then work from there. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. I think that's how they used to do it, you know, 100 and 200 years ago, right before everybody started really going to college. And so that same principle applies today.
I'm gonna let y'all get all the comments out, man. I gotta get on my soapbox again, man. Anything else? Anything
Look,
else?
for me, it's not automatic to where, you know what I'm saying, you got the perception that, hey, look, you know what I'm saying, if you don't know exactly what you want to do in life, you need to go to college and figure it out. I don't think necessarily that's a great strategy today, because there's so many ways and so many skills and so many things that you can do. You don't need to go into debt trying to figure out exactly what you want to do. If you know, you know what I'm saying, you a hell of a barber or whatever the case may be, you ain't got to go get 4 years in debt just to become a barber. And then some of the skill trades that he talked about, you know what I'm saying? I think you need to figure out exactly what lane you want to go down. If you want to become a nurse, if you want to become a teacher, you know what I'm saying? You know, if you want to become whatever it is, then you can take the steps to go down that route. But I think the years of just, hey, look, man, just go to college, enroll in college and figure it out, them days is long gone.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. And he started off with the video talking about it's a scam going on. And I think we were sold a while back in order that it's a part of schooling, that it's like the next step. And as a part of, instead of being a part of adult planning and planning out your life, you know, we were convinced and made to think that it's automatic. We automatically need to go to college if you want a good job. That's what that's what was instilled in us from the youth. So I think
the key word you just said is good job. If you want a good job, you have to have that sheet of paper.
That's
no more.
In a lot of cases, you're not going to move up the ladder if you don't have a diploma.
What is a good job? What is a good job?
A good job. I don't know. You said
you
good
can
job.
have a skill, a sales skill, and you can have like I have making $200,000 a year in sales. I do have a degree, but it has nothing to do with my degree.
Yeah, well, if you're not in sales and you're trying to move up at a corporation, you have to have a diploma, especially if you're a person of color. From the world we live in.
And that, but I think also that's more part of the scam too, though, because
that's the scam. That's part of the scam. They sold us on that.
They push that work for getting corporate America and work. They don't have that loyalty no more. They're not giving you pensions. You don't see people working at a company 30 years and retiring no more. They will lay you off in a minute.
Right.
And you'll be back in the job market with everybody else looking for another job. So it used to be something, but now there are so many ways to get educated with certifications. They're taking certifications over degrees now. So if you got this certification and you got work experience, they will forego that degree for that.
Yep. You do not need a degree in order to make 6 figures. You do not need a degree in order to right. You do not need a degree in order to have a good job, quote unquote. Depends on what you mean. Good job, I take it 75 on up. You know what I'm saying? That would say a good job. You just need high income skills.
Yep.
Because high income skills in order to make high income. You do not need that piece of paper.
Yeah, man.
I think it depends on where you're working. I think it depends on where you're working. Because
all right, well, let me get to my diatribe, and then we can go to the next.
You gotta have that sheet of paper. They'll start somebody fresh out of college in that leadership role that has a diploma over somebody who's been working at that firm or that company for 20 years.
Well, you talking about corporate America? Are we talking about dollars, or are we talking about corporate? We talking about corporate, or we talking about dollars?
I'm talking about a job. What most people would think of as a good job.
Well, I'll be honest with you, B. You can't separate the two because they're one and the same.
Not necessarily, because most businesses in the United States are small businesses. They're not corporations. So you could work with you could apprentice with somebody getting furs, trapping furs, and you can make just as much as the owner because you his right hand man, and then y'all making the money together. You could like one of my partners probably watching this show. He's in the crawfish, and he's a small business owner. He make damn near $1 million a year selling crawfish. So he has no college diploma, but he's riding in that Benz.
Right, but he works for himself too.
Right. That's what I'm
That's
saying. But
not
he
a good
started off
job.
as a
That's
job.
not-
He started. Hold on. Let me finish. I guess this is your sensitive button. I can't even get the words out. He started off working for the dude. This is what the guy was saying. He learned and earned. He learned and earned.
Right.
He apprenticed under somebody. That's how they used to do it before this college stuff came in. You learned under the
Right.
dude. He took it under the wing, and then he now has the high income skills to make his money.
Right.
That was the point I got out of the video. Like, hey, you take a skill and learn and earn instead of taking hey, this is not the only way to skin a cat. Is getting that degree. You can get under somebody. It doesn't have to be corporate. I can get under somebody, learn how to do rails, like he said, learn how to do cabinets.
And I think what's happening too, B, is that even back in the day, it wasn't required. But then as more Black people started getting educated, they started raising the bar even higher. Because I remember seeing a story back. This man, he's a lawyer, and I think it was in South Carolina, and he was the reason they created the bar exam. Because he was going through law school like everybody else, and he wanted to be a lawyer, but they didn't want him to be. Right. So then they created something else for people to have to get to that level, because they keep raising that bar.
Right, exactly. So my point is that I think even other communities have done this, and that's why we kind of pacing behind. They've taken and made this particular avenue, carpentry, cabinet making. That's our family business, and then the son get into the business and take it over. Sanford and Son. You know what I mean? We in the junk business, you know, and taking that and making, all kind of money. And these are not big corporations. You don't need to, this is not a corporate job, but it's a good job, because let's say even if I'm working for somebody as his apprentice, I'm probably going to be making nice money. And just say, I give you an example. I'm hiring people right now. My apprentice is gonna make 6 figures. The people that I'm gonna hire, it's a job, and you don't need a high school diploma. I mean, excuse me, you need a high school diploma, but you don't need a college degree. I will train you to make 6 figures. All you need is a certification. Get your loan officer's license. You don't need a degree.
Hey, look at all those people in cybersecurity. Nobody got certifications. It's all
certifications.
The
days are over. The days are over where you need to go spend. A lot of degrees are useless. Sociology, that type of degree is a useless degree. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're in STEM, like CJ said, man, a lot of that stuff is you wasting your time. You do better taking that 4 years, getting under somebody that's making some money, become his right-hand man, make you some money, then branch into your own business or go and partner with them. Expand. We need to start taking that strategy now. Other people have been on it. We've been brainwashed to go to these colleges too long, and we behind. Every application I see we got a nice job, but also we got some nice student loan debt.
Right.
So that's all I got to say there. Let's go to this last clip, man, so we can get up out of here. Well, the last 2 clips. This is a 2-part clip by the same chick. Same chick. Now we're gonna end it up with some heartwarming stuff, man.
You all over the place tonight, huh, Brandon?
I mean, no, we got Hold on.
Nice and inside. Yeah. Okay. Well, guess what? Merry Christmas. This is your first rental property. It's all the money that come in is gonna be yours. It's yours, Punky. Where you going?
You make her cry.
About to shed a tear.
It's yours. You already got 4 people that's asking to rent it out. Girl, you about to have money.
You can hug him. You can hug him, Michaela.
So let's keep it real. When I pulled up and showed her this house, she immediately told me how, Ooh, it needed a lot of work. It was a little ugly on the outside. But once I took her inside the property, y'all, she loved it. She told me how beautiful it was. This is my baby's first rental property, and I plan to help her sell a finances deal so she will be the lender and not the landlord. She is expected to get about $1,000 a month cash flowing on this property. I'm going to help her with her rental management system so she'll know how to collect payments. I'm just super excited. She loved it. I'm happy, and yeah, more to come.
So what you think about this house? It's something from there.
All right, so nice heartfelt, heartwarming story. I'll let y'all go ahead and react to it, man. What y'all takeaways, man?
I mean, that's the example. Like I made a comment before where we was like, we got it backwards where we get money and we have to buy our mama a house when it should be the other way around. And that's exactly what this is, even though it's a mobile home, but they generate some good income.
Right.
So setting our kids up for success is what we're supposed to be doing.
Right. And she's going to learn how to do it, right? She told her, hey, I'm set her up, teach her to set it up this way, teach her how to do the management stuff.
Right. So she just ain't doing it for her. She's showing her how to do it. So she can step out the way and let her do her own thing.
Right. And that's what I was thinking. She's teaching her how to fish, right? She's not giving her the fish. And so that young lady, I don't know how old she is, but she's going to be a millionaire one day.
Yep.
And she has no college degree.
She's not working for nobody, B.
Not working for nobody.
And that mobile home game is a smaller barrier to entry because as far as price point, because you can get in at a lower price point and then make some good money. Because mobile homes aren't considered real estate.
They can be.
What's the asset class if it's not real estate?
It's cattle property.
Yeah, because you can't get a mortgage on a mobile home. It's got wheels, so
unless it's time to land.
You can pick it up and move it. They don't like that.
To come up missing, huh?
Right.
Right. So anybody else want to chime in on that? I mean, before I give in.
No, that's a good. I mean, that's how it should be.
Right.
Setting up the next
man.
generation.
I think everybody got small kids except me. I'm the only empty nester. Like you got something. I don't know if I'm done, man. Should I hang it up? I don't know. I might be done shooting the club up, man.
You got some time left in your B?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I might hang it up. Think about, you know what I mean? But if I was, that's how I'll do it that way as well, man. Because you can set them up and be taken care of for life where she ain't got to work for nobody. She ain't got to. She don't have to make the decisions that we made. I took a couple of variables out of that, where where she can kind of do more. She has more control over her life.
Right.
You don't have to make certain decisions that I have to make. So that's what the whole thing is about. Each generation is supposed to get one notch better. You're supposed to be better for your children, not the same thing, not the status quo. You know what I mean? So,
I don't know how old she is, but I was saying, like, while your kids are young, get with like Patrick or somebody in his field and get it started while they're young and get the money growing in. By the time that her age, you can use some of that proceeds from the money you've been investing already and set them up that way too.
Right.
I see that in my office all the time.
Right. So, I mean, and this is stuff that they can learn early. And you not only instilling good habits in them, and money management and business management, you instilling, you set them up for success, really. And that's the whole 90% of all divorces and 90% of all problems is financial. So if you can lick that early, you set them up to win and expand. So they next generation, that last name will keep going, man. That's the whole thing. The buck stops here. What you gonna do with your last name? You gonna keep on the status quo, or you gonna you gonna make some changes and make some small things you could do instead of buying that car, buy that mobile home. Instead of buying those Jordans in that hair, buy that mobile home. So hey, this is what you need, and that way they could have more freedom, financial freedom.
And I like the fact that she is doing it through owner financing.
Right.
So
that's another strategy as well.
Yeah, so that's real dope.
Right. Let me add to this one so where y'all can react. This is another clip by her, and I think she goes into a little bit more what she does because that's all she does exclusively is mobile homes. You know what I mean? So let me do this last clip. This is the last one for the evening. And that's her little niche is mobile home investing.
Another day is long-term play. Although I like to wholesale, flip, make quick money, I also like seller financing. Why? Because I'm not the landlord. I'm just the lender and I collect monthly payments. Here's a property that I recently had on the market for well over $100,000. My sellers needed the cash ASAP to get out of the home. And I knew I had buyers that would buy this property for a high value. Why? Because it was on 3 acres of land and it was a brick den foundation. Able to meet my sellers at the bank, get them some money down to let them know, hey, I'm going to get this property sold for you and we're going to get the deal done. This is a clip of me, my attorney, and my potential buyers putting their earnest money down and signing all documents stating that it is non-refundable. Know what you know. We closing in 2 weeks. Quick pause. I can hear you all saying, but Nicole, you said normally when we do mobile homes, they are personal property, not real estate. However, this one came with land and it was bricked in. When a mobile home is bricked in, the title is retired and the mobile home then becomes real estate because the mobile home is then deeded to the land. So an attorney was definitely needed for this transaction. Here's what they had to say about working with me.
Dile tu hija. We doubted, but we was like, no.
You happy?
Happy.
Happy.
Happy my house now.
Oh, that's awesome.
She's my right hand.
All right, so that's another one that kind of goes into it, man. I'm gonna make my comments first, and I'll let y'all. This is what it's all about, man. Making money, making people happy. Everybody, all parties happy, and carve your niche, man. You know, she made a niche out of mobile homes. That's her thing. She's putting her family on. She's doing it right. So that's why I had to give her some props. Her name is Mobile Homes Mandy or something like that. Monica, something. Hold on, let me see. Mobile Homes Mommy. So go ahead and follow her on Instagram, man. So she got a lot nice stories. And she expanded her team, man. It's that's what it's all about, man. Find a niche that you like, that you can make some money, put your kids on, put your family, friends on. That way they ain't gotta ask you for money. You know, so put everybody on that you know that's willing to work, you know, and find that niche. And like she said, there's all kind of ways in that diaspora. As on the finance, you could do wholesaling, you could do all kind of stuff just in that little niche. So there's no excuses, man. They got money in real estate several different ways over, you know. So if you're not on this boat, man, you're missing it. I'll go ahead and open the floor to y'all for the last comments, and then we can go ahead and wrap it up.
No, I was gonna say that's a nice little setup because they got that joint plus acres. Right. I think that's a major point about it. Like the mobile home is good, but they got acres with it.
Right. And you can get into that back door into that cheap. Like you said, you get that land. Don't forget, you could even if you want to remove that mobile home, get that thing moved and then build from scratch. You own that land.
You can do that. You can even lease out portions of your land. So if you got something like a farmer looking for land to grow seasonal crops or whatever, you could even lease a portion of your land out to them.
Cows, chickens, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, pretty soon it's gonna be chronic. You know, cannabis gonna be soon here coming to Texas.
Bombay.
You know, but for grow houses, you know, so that's coming soon. But because
they're already growing hemp, they're already growing hemp too.
Right. The hack is though. I'm gonna put one loan officer hack, and Corey could see if he agree with me. Why not get that mobile home where you got a small with some acreage on it where you can put less down? Because if you trying to finance this land, you got looking at 35, 45. You get something with a mobile home with some land, you can put, you know, get this finance, put that 3% down as a first time home buyer, then later on tear that thing down. You know what I'm saying? Pay it all, tear it down. And you know, you're looking at, I financed one a couple of months ago in Cairo. This was like $120,000. Nice, you know, I think it was like a double wide or something or whatever. But you know, you could pay that thing off early, and you got the land, the acres on that where you could tear it down, and that's worth it just for the land. I think where you was at. So there's deals out there like that where you can hack instead of get into it now, secure it instead of putting a nice little chunk down. When you do have the chunk, just pay it off. And
then leverage that on the construction side with the new house.
Exactly. Yeah. Now on the land, I didn't throw that down. Boom. So get something look at something with some mobile homes on there.
Mm-hmm. So here's the other thing, you know what I'm saying, is that when you get a property like that, you know what I'm saying, and you got acres and acres, you know what I'm saying, one of the things is that you can also talk about subdividing it, you know what I'm saying, and then kind of building and or just kind of selling the property piece by piece or however you want to do it. Just depends on the actual layout. But the one thing I like about the whole owner finance is that people get scared when you talk about rental property because they think it's tenants, taxes, and toilets, right? You know what I'm saying? It's just the management part that scares people. When you're owner finance, they don't call you for toilets. They don't call you for any problem. They own that property.
Yep.
So essentially all that stuff is on them. So then that's where they talk about mailbox money. They just make that monthly payment to you. You already know what that's going to be. You just go to your mailbox and get it, or direct deposit, however you set your deal up. What a lot of people don't quite understand too is that when you're doing owner finance, you can really set that up with a servicing company to manage all that stuff.
Yeah.
When it comes to paperwork that you have to file, the interest forms and stuff like that you have to send them at the end of the year, you can pay a little bit to a servicing company to handle all that for you. So you're
Don't
taking a
title
lot of the
companies,
run off you.
Don't title companies handle a lot of that too?
They handle the sale of it, but they won't handle the actual servicing of the loan.
Oh, okay.
For you, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't think about that. For a lot of banks that lend out money, they don't necessarily have to be the servicing company. They'll give you the loan, but there's somebody else that's managing that stuff day to day, another servicing company. So owner finance is a great option. I mean, there's a lot of ways to make money in real estate. You just got to find what your niche is and what you like and stick with it.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
And on the financing, if they just so happen to not pay, then you take the property back and do it again.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly.
And then the other thing for owner finance,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, that we talk about, that we don't talk about is that when you're doing a regular deal on a lease, for example, you're only going to get 1 month, maybe 2 months security deposit. Well, when they're doing owner finance, you're talking about they're putting down 15-20%, which is a nice chunk that you put in your pocket to take and invest on another deal. And then you still get that mailbox money.
And a higher interest rate.
Right. Right. And I like the way she's doing it, Joe, too, because mobile homes are a lower entry point. So a lot of people would, talk about the difference between owner finance, you got to own it outright for the most part, So in order to be the bank, that way you can finance it. So a lot of people, I don't want to do all that. I don't want to wait till I own it free and clear, So start getting some mobile homes, man, and flip them and start getting that residual coming in and go from there,
Especially when we're talking about
what's the average price of a mobile home? What do they go for?
This depends. You talking about woodland or without land?
Was a brand new double wide by itself, like 80.
Yeah, about brand new double wide, like you said, about 80,000. Then you gotta find either a mobile home park or
in that Hyman.
If you got the
100.
It's 100 now, yeah.
God damn.
God
Yeah, it's a wrap, man. It's 100. Then
Right.
when you start talking about mobile homes, there's some, you got to do your sewer and your well, right?
Mm-hmm.
The digger
Boy, got
Did it
that
freeze?
Yeah, that prepaid card ran out.
Yeah, I was looking at. I had a client that was looking for one, and where he was looking, it was a park, and they actually charge a fee for you to have it there also.
Oh yeah, to sit on the pad.
Yeah, to sit on there. Yeah, so
yeah, but it's still compared to a single family home, though. It's still
it's still cheaper. Oh yeah,
that's another thing that you could do with land. You can also get your mobile home park.
Yep,
and charge people to park their homes there. So it's everything you can do. You can get creative all kind of ways with land, man.
Mobile home, RV park, you do anything.
Right. So that's the thing, man. You got all kind of things that you can do with land. Rent it out for cows. Rent it out for billboards. You could, do all kind of stuff. Let people park their RVs there. The 18-wheelers. So you got all kind of stuff you could do with land, man. I would say buy land and real estate before you just have money parked in the bank. Because at least you got a shot at making some money. The bank is going to take your money and make money off of it. I don't subscribe to have money, $500,000 just sitting in the bank. That's stupid. Make your money work for you.
Let them flip it.
Right. Make your money, make money. So we ain't got no comments, man. Y'all need to get us some questions and comments, man. So, man, we right on time, man. You know, we trying to make the, you know, maybe like an hour and a half this year. We're gonna have some clips.
2 hours in.
Now we had 30 minutes before we got on that, so knock it out, man. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Right.
so you know what I mean. But with that being said, man, y'all submit if y'all want us to review some clips, y'all want us to answer some questions. Let's go ahead one more time. Put out where y'all can find us individually if y'all need our services. You know, you can go ahead and contact me at www.applywithb.com. You can find CJ at www. Let me find his
Man, just put my social media on there, man.
Right,
CJ Sales Texas.
At CJ Sales Texas.
Phone
You
number,
can
email, all that's on there.
You can find Patrick at Chevalier Wealth. You can find Corey at CommodoreMortgage.com. You can find Barry. You just need to Google Homes by Barry B. And I think we got everybody, man. We got Hyman is agent up for
Realty.com. On there.
He said he got to reload some minutes, man. He had Texas. You know? You know what I'm saying? So you got to put some more minutes on the card, man. Yeah, he'll have it. I thought he forgot he ain't got free nights and weekends in 2024. That expired, man. You know what I mean? So with that being said, man, we're gonna see y'all next week, man. We might have some, we already got 2 special guests gonna be next week, so got some special guests for y'all. So y'all stay tuned, man. Next week we got some.
Good.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.